a complete idea about what is the problem they want to solve, what are the different features, characteristics, constraints, what are the different decisions, right? So, what as such you cannot, it is not a standalone technique. It must be developed in collaboration with the industry, right? Uh, and your contribution will be in modeling the problem, developing the mathematical model, maybe a linear program model or integer programming. So far you have seen these applications, from industry, but other applications, from this network flow and then Markov chain, right? These are also there. Right. Now, today, so one topic is remaining in the syllabus, that is queuing systems. So how many of you already know of queuing systems? Queue. How many of you have heard this term queue? You have all done.
No, means only as a data structure we know queue.
Yes, only as a data structure you know. So what is the difference between stack and queue?
Stack is last in first out and queue is first in first out. Like the one who enters first will leave first.
Okay. Yeah, that is the simplest in simplest words. This is the difference. So queue, you can observe queue in many, even in your daily lives, right? So when you go to the ticket counter in Kharagpur railway station to book your ticket, right, there is a queue. Then when you go to the bank, there is a queue, right? Queues are also there in communication networks, right? Data packets, they form a queue. It is also observable in road networks, traffic networks, right? You look at the junction. So if it is a slow moving traffic or there is a red light, so there will be a queue. You observe some this what you call is nakabandi, check naka, right? So where police, they say in these election times in West Bengal, so they have put different these checkpoints. In English it is called checkpoints. In Hindi it is nakabandi, I think. So at these different checkpoints, you will observe the queue. You go to the airport, you observe the planes, right? Competing for, or not competing, waiting for the runway. Um, you know, so you may see that there are 4 planes in front of you, waiting for the runway to get clear, right? Then one by one they are being allocated the runway, right? So wherever you see the resources are limited, that means the service is limited, then you have to form a queue and wait for the resource, right? And if you visit, so if you are in India, say at least if you talk to your father or grandfather, then you might be hearing that they spent half of their lives standing in queues, because wherever they went, be it bank, post office, market, any other service centers, like even to get a passport, to whatever services they would have needed from government, right? Uh, they had to stand in long queues. So half of their life, I think, if you just calculate the times, waiting times, half of their life might have been spent in queue only. Now, these digital technologies like IT, they have disrupted uh, uh, this, at least the physical queues to a great extent, right? So now also you wait, but there are only few places where you have to wait. For example, in hospitals. So because you cannot get digital service from by doctor, so you have to actually physically go there and wait in the hospitals. If say ICU is full, okay, or the beds are full, then you have to wait, or you might have to wait digitally also. Like if you book a ticket in Indian Railway, right, through this list, IRCTC. So suppose waiting list is 150. So that means you are waiting. But you are not physically waiting, you are mentally waiting. But that is also a kind of queue you have joined. Right? So what I meant to say that this queuing system is always there, in our environment. No matter how much you have progressed, we will progress. The queue will never end. You know why? Because resources will always be limited, right? You might avoid the physical waiting time, but this mental waiting time or digital waiting time will always be there, because as long as the resource. So one way to avoid queues and queue waiting time is to what? Is to either increase the resources or decrease your population, right? Especially see in India, you will find long queues compared to European countries, right? If you go to Denmark, Sweden, hardly any queue. When I was in Australia, I went to the bank, and whenever I went, I was the only person there. So I think I hardly had to wait for any service in the bank, right? This is mainly because of the population, less population, right? So as long as you are considering a highly populated system, there will always be queues. Limited resources and highly populated system, there will always be queues. Right? Now, as you have said, the basic difference between stack and queue you have sort of studied in data structure as a form of data structure, as a structure of data, how you can, yeah. So stack is, as we have said, LIFO, last in, first out, and queue is first in, first out. These are simplest form. Right? Now, there could be many variants of queues. For example, say you are waiting at the traffic signal in your car, right? Now suddenly you see there's an ambulance, it just passes by. So although you had joined the queue much earlier, they had given priority to this ambulance and they allowed it to pass by, right? Before. Is it not a queue? This is also a queue, but this is called preferential queue, right? So like this, different variants are there. So similarly, there could be combination of multiple queues into the single line. So for example, if you take this famous example of these different temples in India, right? So have you ever gone to Tirupati or any other famous temple in India? You will see that there will be multiple queues initially, from the outside, from the gate there, they will form multiple queues. And when you actually go and see, have a darshan, there will be a single queue. So multiple queues, so they will merge to a single queue, and then you have the darshan, right? And then you might see uh, I would say attrition from the queue. Attrition means, suppose you are waiting in the queue in the ticket counter and you see, it is taking too much time, right? So you leave simply the queue, right? So that is called attrition from the queue. And then again, you can see that, say, in the ticket counter, railway ticket counter, there are 4 counters, and you see, there is a shorter line there. So although you had joined initially to a longer, to a queue, to a longer line, so you leave from there and join another line. So these are the different type of things that happen in the queue. So these are different variants of queues. So all these cases we have to consider. All these practical aspects of queues we have to consider when you study a queuing system, right? So let us begin formally. So I'll share the screen. So when you join a queue, right? So what are the some questions you answer? I mean, you have in your mind. Suppose you are waiting in this railway ticket counter, right? In a queue. So what are the some of the questions you will be interested in to know? Can you tell me?
How many people are ahead of us?
That you can see, so you don't have to ask anyone, right? That you can directly see and count. So some
Right.
questions that is not I would say directly answerable, but you want to know. Suppose average characteristics of the system or the long run properties of the queue, right? So how much time I will take on an average, to get the service. So I have say 10 people in front of me. That is fine, I can count. But I would not have any idea that how much time I will take to actually reach the service counter. So this is one important question for you, right? Because it not only depends on the number of people in front of you, but also the service times. See, someone might be booking a local ticket, right, or unreserved ticket. Someone might be or I think these days they have different counters for that. But suppose even if you say join this reservation counter, the reservation counter queue, but even during reservations, many people will ask different questions. They will first say, okay, book you see whether a seat is available in that train, okay, or then you book the what do you call this lower berth or upper berth or middle berth. They will have so many preferences, and different person will have different preferences, right? Then they will, so if they book say only 200 rupees, then they will give 2000 rupees note. Then there will be some time in getting the change. So all these uncertain elements are involved, right? So you cannot say that the service time for this person will be 5 minutes. You cannot say that, right? On an average you can say. So the moment you say on an average means what? You have to then collect the data, right, over a period of time, and then do some statistical analysis on that to get to that, on an average characteristics, right? So that is important. So so like this, some other questions will also be interested in. For example, say from a customer's perspective, I am seeing that okay, I am interested more in how much time I'll have to wait in the queue, right? That is fine. But from the organization's perspective, from railway perspective, they would be interested to know, okay, so I'm running 3 counters, and so I want to know that if I add one more counter, then how much impact it will have on reducing the waiting time of the passengers, right? Or what is the utilization of my current resources? That means how much load these 3 counters are currently facing, right? Is there any idle time? So these are the some of the questions very important for the organization also. So we'll try to answer these questions by studying, analyzing the queuing system, and developing models, mathematical models to answer these questions. So this is also again a sort of analysis kind of study, right? Analytics, you can call it. So let me write queuing systems. So if I formally draw a queue, so it looks like this. So suppose people are entering, joining from this end, and then these are the service counters. This is the service counter, and people are getting service. It is not coming.
No, sir, it's not visible.
It is showing in my pad, but it is also not coming in my computer. I don't know why. Let me disconnect and connect again. Here too it is coming, but from the pad it is not coming. Okay, I'll rejoin. Let me rejoin. Let me try this. It's not coming. Will be something. Do you see the whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
But you are not able to see the letters, right? The writing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think there is some technical problem happened to this pad. So I'm not able to write. What to do? So let me find out what is the problem and let me solve it. Unfortunately, I cannot continue today's class because it is not working. So we'll continue tomorrow, 9 o'clock, and then we'll try to reschedule this class in weekend. So Saturday, you tell me what time would be free to reschedule this class?
Sir, there is no time at all. It's all examination every day from now till 14th.
Saturday also?
Yes, sir. Saturday, Sunday they are keeping exams. Monday also, and weekdays are different. Like there are a lot of exams coming this week.
No, but we have to cover giving systems. So evening time, Saturday evening, 7 o'clock, 7 or 8. You have to just come and listen. So you don't have to do anything. Yes, tell me. 8 p.m. Saturday. No problem, right?
No, sir. I have test.
At 8 p.m.
Yes, sir.
How come? You have
Sir,
test at 8 p.m.
Yes, sir. I do have tests after 8 p.m.
Sunday also?
No, sir.
Sunday 8 p.m.
Okay, sir.
This is a very interesting topic. I can assure you that you will not feel bored while listening to these queuing systems. Very interesting topic. Okay, so Sunday 8 p.m. You just
Sir, also,
yeah, tell me.
sir, what will be the criteria for grading in this subject?
Grading.
Yes, sir. Like what all?
Grading will be for assignments and class tests.
So
Assignments.
how many evaluation is still left, sir? Like
I think they have this. If I look at here,
means not means like from your side then how many like only assignment is left, right?
one assignment I have given, and
Yeah.
then one class test is left. That will be on 14th Wednesday. Okay, and that will be on network flows. So I think in the earlier class test, the last class test, we have covered up to integer programming, right? And TSP. So in this class test, this will be the last class test. So here we'll cover network flows, Markov chain, and queuing systems.
Sir, what will be the weightage of class test?
Class test will be 40%.
Okay, assignment 60%.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then Sunday, so tomorrow we are having class from 9 to 10, and then Sunday 8 to 9 in the night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay.
So will queuing system also be in test or?
Some basic questions will be there. Whatever will be taught in the class, some basic theoretical questions will be there. Okay. Because I don't have time to actually give you another assignment on queuing system separately. So some basic theoretical questions will be asked. Whatever being taught in the
So
class.
assignment 5 is the last assignment, right?
Last assignment, yes. No,
Sir.
assignment or whatever assignments I have already given.
So assignment deadline initially it was 13, but now it's
Now it's 12th. I have reduced by 1 day because I wanted you to give the solution on 12th, okay, and then so that you can come prepared on 14th for the class test. Try to finish it by 12th. Okay then. So we'll see you.